You've said that songwriting is the closest you will get to immortality. How do you continue to be so prolific after writing for nearly 4 decades, by the way? That's insane.
Yeah,
It's pretty
it is.
remarkable.
Well, it's what I love to do. It's what I'm good at. I have said that quote many a time because if you have a song like we've been blessed with so many of them over the years, living on a prayer, always better roses, it's my life, wanted dead or alive. I'll be long gone, and those songs will be on the radio somewhere, and it's such a beautiful thing to have had happen to a silly kid from New Jersey that just liked being in a rock band. But with that said, it took a lot of hard work, and it takes will, and it takes determination and never saying die to continue to do it. But if you get it right, and like so many of my heroes have, they'll live forever through song.
Who are some of your heroes? Is there an artist or an album that you go back and listen to or reference when you think of your own career or your legacy?
Well, there's so many, to be honest, and for different reasons. Some were for their songwriting talent, some were for their singing or their playing ability, some were because they were great performers. So everybody was different, but that's sort of how you become your own artist, is you take this amalgam of pieces of things that came before you. And I do remember one great thing that even it was my mom who told me when I was a little kid. She says, don't look to your influences, look to your influences' influences. And that's where you'll find the magic. So there really was a prophetic thing to say to a 12 or 13-year-old kid. It didn't mean I was drawn to the influences, especially at the time, but it stayed with me. It was a thought that has stayed with me throughout. Now, going back to, try to find specifics for me, probably half the people that you have on your wall behind you for different reasons. And then there was the New Jersey contingency, because that made those photographs that are on your wall that I would have had posters of on my bedroom wall.
Yep.
They made the impossible possible. Southside Johnny produced some of my first demos. Bruce Springsteen jumped on me on stage for the first time when I was still in high school, and he got up and shared the mic with me. I was still in high school.
What was that moment like? That's just magic. I mean, do you remember that so clearly?
Sure, it's the 70s though. Now, this is the late 70s, so you have to remember that this is way before the Born in the USA kind of stuff. He wasn't a high school kind of a superstar. Right. In the late 70s, you have to think it was Skynyrd and Aerosmith and it was Alice Cooper and AC/DC. This was not that guy. But to me and to the little group that I was, friendly with, those were those guys. And R&B music was my thing. So I went to high school the next day, and it'd be like, well, what did you do last night? Well, I watched Dallas, drank a six-pack. What did you do? Well, we were playing, and this guy Bruce Springsteen jumped up on stage. Oh yeah, Bruce Springsteen, that's cool. And there's photographs of it, which is hysterical.
So great.
Because I'm a kid. I'm like a senior in high school. So that made the impossible possible. And so all of those things were influences.